Hello everyone, TNG Street Rider here, and I am back with another Marvel Heroes gameplay highlight, this time featuring Moon Knight. So Moon Knight is here. He's the hero of the month, for the month of February, and he is a melee ranged hybrid. I believe I said that before, not too long ago. And he does have one slightly interesting gameplay mechanic, but overall he is just a basic 400 winter melee ranged hybrid hero. So let's go ahead and take a look at his trees. He has his 3 trees: martial arts, which deals with most of his melee attacks, actually all of his melee attacks. He has his tech gadgets tree, which is kind of a Persuado Batman tree. He has his crescent darts, similar to batarangs, boomerangs, or whatever. He has ricochet, which is literally Daredevil's throw your club move. He has Crescent Dart Fan, which is literally Gambit's fan move, card move. He has Explosive Crescent Dart, which is literally Hawkeye's explosive dart. I think you're starting to see a pattern with this. He has Crescent Bola, which is Ghost Rider's Bola throw, or chain snare. I forget what it was called, but it's the one where he throws the flaming chains and that catches everything with a dot. And then he has the Crescent Gun Barrage, which is again literally just a beam type move, similar to things that are on not Daredevil. He has Iron Man has it, Deadpool has it, Black Widow has it. Again, it's on a lot of different heroes. And then he has his 3rd tree, Khonshu's Blessing, which has his main passive, Fist of Khonshu. It's again Hawkeye's passive, critical brutal strike rating, and it gives damage rating with melee powers instead of range powers for enemies that are attacking you. Now, I said he has an interesting mechanic. That's his right here, his tools or his Avatar of Vengeance. You can only pick one of these, and then the other one becomes completely locked out. Tools of Vengeance allows you to activate it when you get a full tribute bar, which is this little bar right here. And what it will do is it will take away all your spirit, but none of your powers will cost any spirit. And it will give you a damage rating buff. It will last for 8 seconds, and that's it. And then when it ends, your spirit will regain again. During the buff's 8-second window, when it's active, you will not regain spirit at all. So you have to remember that at the end of the 8 seconds, you're going to be spirit screwed. So it's better to use it when you're already out of spirit. This one instead will actually take away all of your HP, and then you will not gain. You cannot die when your health cannot be reduced below the 1 HP that this leaves you with. Once it takes that away, you get all the same bonuses as this one right here. Again, the only difference is this one uses your health, this one uses your spirit, and with this one, even though you can't die, you do not actually use, you still have to use your spirit, so you don't get anything free like that. He does have another passive right here, Multiple Personalities, that will give him an auto revive skill on a 7.2 minute cooldown. That changes based upon how many points you put in. It starts out at 10 minutes. It gives him more credits per drop, and it gives him a 10% increased chance to find special items. Pretty interesting. Khonshu Unbound is just a standard crowd control power. You can kind of ignore it unless you're going into PvP. And then Idol of Khonshu is a ally buffing statue. Has a 40-second cooldown. You'll want to use this in like endgame raid builds that will be coming soon. You'll also probably want to use this in PvP, but for solo terminal farming or something like that, it's not really necessary. He does have his signature power, which is Gruesome Frenzy. You have to repeatedly press it up to 20 times within 5.8 seconds, and it will do a ton of damage. Does more damage based upon the enemy's missing health. And he also has a concentrated fire, which he will call in his Mooncopter. I don't currently know if this is the final animation pass on this, but if it is not the final animation pass, then it is very lacking, and you will see why at the end of this video. So we're gonna go ahead, and that's the wrong skill, but as you can see, I just used his Ricochet Blast. Nothing really special. Let me quickly go over what I'm using. I'm using Moonstaff, Crescent Gun Barrage, Staff Sweep, which is Crescent Gun Barrage. I'm using Ricochet, which I just showed you, Combat Maneuvers, which will give me a nice little attack piece, Gruesome Frenzy, which I'll show you when I have things to attack, and I keep Tool of Vengeance on the toolbar just in case I want to use it on boss battles. And then I have a ranged basic attack, Crescent Darts. He actually only gets one ranged basic attack, unfortunately. So it's not, you can't really find anything better than that. But it's a nice little attack that has a crit rating bonus, and it has a very fast speed, which is nice. So here we are. We're in, this is only a green terminal, nothing too fancy. I have done the green, red, and cosmic terminals with Moon Knight. He can succeed at them all with very little trouble, I might add. The only exception to that is, of course, the cosmic terminal. He does have the standard melee hero problems in that difficulty. However, he does have enough range skills to where you can kind of kite around when you have low on health and still do damage. So he won't take as long as other heroes that are just very reliant on melee only, which is nice, but not too very uninspired gameplay. Again, one of his strongest skills is his little Ricochet skill, very similar to all the other Ricochet skills. There's not really much to say about that skill in particular, except for the fact that you're pretty much gonna have to have it on a Moon Knight build, because it does so much of his damage, and especially in groups. It's very nice to have. Overall, Moon Knight is definitely a hero that has been recycled power-wise, and some people will say that with a game that has so many heroes, that's to be expected, and to a certain point, I agree. You know, even in the Ghost Rider, Ghost Rider has a lot of skills that are effectively recycled from other heroes, but it was the animations and the visual effects that made Ghost Rider stand out and feel unique and feel fresh. And Ghost Rider was a very expensive hero. He was and I still believe is $13. So his level of quality is not to be expected on every hero that gets released. And the Nightcrawler also had a lot of visual effects that were custom tailored to him, which actually surprised me a bit when I was playing the character, because I was not expecting it, considering that he was only going to be a 400 splinter hero, which is the same as Moon Knight. The problem is Moon Knight is a martial artist, and there's a very common theme with martial artists and Marvel heroes, in that they're very underwhelming visually. Daredevil had this problem. Black Widow kind of suffered from this problem a little bit. Black Panther arguably still suffers from this problem. He's not very well liked or played. And Moon Knight, again, he suffers from the lack of really visual flair that other stronger heroes or more powerful heroes have. And then again, that's not to say that the hero's bad, because I think Moon Knight fans will be very pleased with how Moon Knight has turned out. He's definitely a usable hero, and he has really good ratios. He's not as weak as Gambit was when Gambit came out. He's not as weak as Captain America was right after the Captain America rework. So he's definitely functional in that he can be used, and that if you're a Moon Knight fan, you're going to be able to use your favorite hero at last in Marvel Heroes with little to no trouble. But if you already own a character like Captain America and you're not a Moon Knight fan, or you know, what do you buy Moon Knight? That's the question. Do you buy Moon Knight? To that respect, I'm going to have to say no. Reason being is because he doesn't offer anything special. He offers the same thing that Daredevil offers. He offers the same thing that Captain America offers. He is just a melee hero. You know, there's not really much you can say to that. He does have the nice little range powers, which I'm kind of glad this guy has Power Cosmic to show you how his range powers help him avoid the same pitfall as other melee heroes. But he is definitely a hero that is gonna slightly disappoint some people. Here's his ultimate skill. All you see is a shadow of the mooncopter, and you get this very lackluster kind of bullet rain and explosive rain. It's again, I can't say that it's the final pass, so I don't know if it's going to be improved. If it is the final pass, then it's very, very lackluster, very unfortunate, because they pretty much wasted. It pretty much really didn't do anything special, and it's things like that that make Moon Knight come off as lazy. It makes him a very lazy-looking release, but he is a functional release. He is strong. He is usable. He has the fabulous flowing cape, which I believe I said earlier. But there's not much that I can fault Moon Knight for, except for that he's very similar to other heroes that we already have, but you can't really animate a personality. The voice actor on Moon Knight, or the voice actors, they all do a fantastic job bringing his character to life, and you'll actually hear the different personalities, but you can't really animate that in a staff hit. You can't animate that in a bow hit or twirling bow. You know, what makes Moon Knight unique, you can't really animate. And for what it's worth, Gazillion did do a good job bringing this character to life within the game's engine. But if you already own characters like Daredevil, Captain America, who else? Deadpool's kind of similar. Spider-Man has some of his moves. I mean, if you own characters like that, there's not going to be anything that really makes you want to jump out and buy Moon Knight, unfortunately. So Moon Knight is supposed to be released sometime this week for 400 Eternity Splinters, or $9.50. And if you're a Moon Knight fan, I could definitely recommend them. They did a wonderful job on your favorite hero. If you are not a Moon Knight fan, save your splinters for next month when we get Doctor Strange, and hopefully he'll be a little bit more different. So until next time, everyone, I am TNG Street Rider. Unfortunately, I don't have his other costume to show you guys, and it's not currently coded into the game, but it is just going to be him as you see now, but black. So I'm pretty sure you can picture that in your head. So until next time, everyone, I am a TNG Street Rider. Take care.